All right, what's going on, guys? This is episode 10 of our post show On the Rise. I'm your host, Jordan, along with my co host, UFC fighter Elijah Smith. And today we are going over the UFC Shanghai card. And today we got one winner from the card. He has a professional record of 16 wins and 3 losses, and he is currently has 3 wins and 0 losses in the UFC. He just got a win against Lon Zhao in the UFC Shanghai. Give it up for Su Yun Yu.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
Let's go.
And by the way, for this, we also have translator Stephen Kiho Lim translating for us from Korean to English. So appreciate you, Stephen, for coming on.
Let's
Anytime,
go.
guys. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
Sweet.
But yeah, Elijah, you can go take it ahead.
Yeah. So, Steve, I want you to ask if the difference that he's felt from being on the road to UFC to now finally, having 3 fights in the UFC. Like, what difference does he feel from that to this?
수영아, 로드 투 UFC에서 뛰는 거랑 이제 UFC 본무대에서 뛰는 거랑 그 느낌이나 차이점이 어떤지 물어봤거든.
근데 뭐 별로 크게 차이점은 없었고 환경적인 부분에서 차이점은 없었는데 뭔가 제 마음이 조금 달라졌던 것 같습니다. 뭔가 이제 본무대에 들어섰으니 무언가 UFC한테 보여줘야 되고 그다음에 절대 지면 안 된다라는 마음이 더 강하게 들어왔던 것 같습니다.
Because like atmosphere of the fight is pretty much same compared to road to UFC and the UFC, but my mentality and my feelings are a little different. So at the we're with the UFC events, I have more of a feelings of just I gotta win, I have to perform since I'm a UFC fighter. So I kind of have that kind of pressures and feelings.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, especially I think it's awesome for, giving opportunities to fighters across the world and having road to the UFC and get that chance to get that contract and get into the UFC and, have that contract with them.
Hold on, I wonder.
I,
Is
I
he ask him? Is there a way for like because we all have different ways on like dealing with anxiety or nervousness throughout the fights. This, for example, I like to uh I like to go out and go watch a movie like the night of the weigh-ins. So I like to take my mind off of the weigh-ins or off the fight. So I go out there and I go see what movie is out. Does he have like a pre-fight ritual to help him calm down his nerves like before the night before the fight?
시합 전에 이렇게 너가 이렇게 떨리거나 뭐 그런 거를 이렇게 좀 해소하기 위해서 하는 행동들이 있어. 그러니까 뭐 이렇게 뭐 떨리거나 긴장감을 풀기 위해서 시합 전날이나 뭐 시합 위크에
음, 저는 명상을 좀 하는 편입니다.
혼자 생각하는 거.
예,
오케이.
혼자 명상을 하는 편이고, 그 다음에 저만의 그 시그니처 포즈가 있거든요. 케이지에 올라갈 때.
오케이.
그 시그니처 포즈를 한번 하고, 모든 건 신께 맡긴다. 라는
오케이.
그런 생각으로
야.
들어가고, 그 다음에, 어, 요즘에는 이 결과보다는, 어, 한 라운드 한 라운드 과정에 집중하자. 이런 생각을 하면은 좀 편안해지는 편입니다.
So before the fight for anxiety, for was my nervousness, I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of thinking. And also when I enter the cage, there's like a signature, like special pose that I do. So I don't know what that he already told me, but whenever he enters the cage, there's like some pose that he does. And then if he does that, then I guess that kind of makes him feel better.
okay.
And also like he tries think think about the process of fight, like just the round by round, instead of just winning a fight. So he
Mm.
just like wants to think, not what's that? Not much of a result of a fight, but he just want to think of a process of a fight, round by round,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's
one
how he
round.
does. Yeah, one round by round. So yeah, that's how he kind of like releases anxiety and helps himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
No.
well, now he has to show us that pose.
Yeah,
Now, now,
he's got to show the pose.
yeah.
어떤 포즈야? 올라갈 때 네가 이렇게 한다는 시그니처 포즈가?
그 케이지 케이지 이제 계단 있잖아요.
Oh,
어,
케이지 계단
네,
올라가서 이 성호경 한번 긋고
okay.
오케이,
그다음 케이지 문을 때리면서 들어갑니다. 그게 이제 제 시그니처 포즈인데
오케이.
약간
So
그거 하면 준비됐다. 약간 그런
어,
마음.
okay. So he like comes the staircase, and then I guess like he does that cross
Okay.
thing, and
Mm.
then he
Mhm.
hits the like side of the door, and then
Cool.
then 소리 지르나 그다음에 소리 질러? 소리 지르나?
네, 소리 지르면.
And then he like yells, screams, and that's his like mode. Yeah. So we could actually watch that on his next fight if he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll be tuning in for sure. And
Okay.
ask him like when he's doing that pose, is that like helping him get locked into the fight, or is that like dealing with the emotions and nerves he's got going into the fight itself?
또 그 포즈를 하면은 그 이제 시합에 굉장히 집중이 더 되고 또 아니면 네의 그 긴장감 그런 걸 풀어줘 이렇게.
긴장감을 좀 풀어주는 것 같습니다. 그런 식으로 해서 이겨왔기 때문에
오케이.
뭔가 저만의 루틴 같은 느낌? 그래서 그걸 하면 좀 긴장감이 풀어지는 느낌입니다.
So yeah, he has been doing that pose for a while,
Okay.
and then yeah, so if he doesn't do it, I guess he kind of feel different.
Mhm.
So whenever he does that, I guess he makes him really feel better. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
you know, it's a lot of the times when I have like my pre-fight ritual, I roll into the cage. Like I don't walk into the cage. I front roll into the cage, and like there was like one time I didn't do that, and it just didn't feel right.
yeah,
And I was
that
like,
makes
you know
sense.
what? I need to stick to like what I know.
어, 일라이자도 뭐 하는 게 있는데 한 번 안 했었나 봐. 그래가지고
아,
되게 좀 기분이 이상했다고 그 케이지에서 롤링 도는 걸 하는데 한 번 안 해가지고 이게 좀 뭔가 되게 막
어,
좀 뭔가 이상했다고 하더라고.
띵키만,
이상하다고 하더라고. 음. 오케이.
맞습니다.
And you
Yeah,
know,
he's right. Yeah.
and for him, so for doing that pose, how long has he been doing that first since his first fight, or is that started a couple fights in?
그 포즈를 언제부터 했어? 뭐 첫부터 했어? 아니면 중간부터 어떻게 하게 된 거야?
제가 이제 엄청 긴장을 많이 했던 시합이 있었는데, 그게 이제 카자흐스탄 나이자 챔피언전, 첫 번째 챔피언전 할 때였어요.
오케이.
그때 그 뭐지? 엄청 긴장을 한 상태에서 저도 모르게 나왔는데 그게 근데 이제 그 나이자 쪽에서 이제 영상을 찍어가지고 인스타에 올렸는데 되게 좀 멋있게 나오는 것 같은 거예요. 그래서 아 이거 괜찮다. 챔피언전도 이겼고 좀 멋있게 나오는 것 같고 그래서 이걸로 좀 계속 해봐야겠다. 그런 생각이 들었었습니다 그때.
Yeah, he did it like middle of his career. So there's one time he actually fought in I don't know if I said it right, but Kazakhstan, the country on
Okay.
the Middle Asia,
Yeah.
Kazakhstan. Yeah, so one time he actually fought for the title fighter in the country. Then before the fight, since it's a away fight, so he was really nervous. And then as he was actually entering the cage, actually I think he kind of did that pose. And then I guess he kind of made him better. But actually, after the fight, he was rewatching the fight, and then like he saw that he was doing that, while he was entering a cage, and then also he won the fight with the TKO. So I guess like
So
that kind of looked good. And then since then, like he does it, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's, I think it's really cool, especially for a fighter to have a, pre-fight ritual getting into that cage because it's helping them mentally and it's also it just, it gets you ready for the fight and, it's something you stick by forever. And if you, stop doing that, the one time you go into it, like Elijah said, it's going to feel weird not doing it. So, kudos to him for, having that ritual and, doing that before every fight.
네, 이거 되게 중요하다고 하는 게 그래서 너가 되게 잘 되는 게 되게 보기 좋고 그다음에 앞으로 계속
어,
하라고. 오케이. 음.
아,
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah, that's
go.
it.
I like that.
That's
I
it right
like
there.
that. That's awesome. But for his last fight, tell him congrats on getting that win. Question I have with over in UFC Shanghai. So his last opponent in Shanghai, Lan Zhao, uh, he was from China and he was fighting in his home country. Was there any nerves going into this fight, knowing that he's fighting someone in their hometown?
우선 저번 시합에 이긴 거 축하하고 그다음에 요번에 그 UFC 샹하이에서 상대한 상대 롱샤오가 중국 사람인데 그 이제 그 사람의 그 선수의 이제 홈타운이잖아 거기가. 그래서 적대
네.
이제 거기 이제 시합하는 거에 대해서 굉장히 뭐 떨리거나 시합 전에 뭐 그런 게 없었는지 물어봤거든.
어, 어, 뭐 딱히 그런 거 없었습니다. RTU 때 마카오에서 이제 중국 선수랑 했었잖아요.
오케이.
그래서 중국 현지에서 중국 사람이랑 한번 싸웠던 경험이 있어서 그런가 이번에도 딱히 그런 느낌은 안 나더라고요. 근데 경기 입장할 때 야유가 확실히 아니었는데 그거 말고는 그걸 딱 들으니까 더 막 이 야유를 바꿔야겠다 환성으로 그런 생각이 들면서 좀 더 자신감이 좀 더 많이 생겼던 것 같고 근데 경기 전에는 따로 느끼었던 건 없었습니다.
네. So on this fight, I haven't really nervous. So I mean, like before the fight, I wasn't really nervous because last November on the Macau card, I actually faced a Chinese fighter.
Okay, yeah.
Since I fought in the Chinese territory before, now I kind of expect how the fans were gonna do, and I kind of expect how it was. But it wasn't really much of a nervousness there. But when I was entering the I mean, like entering an arena, there's a lot of booing going on, and then of course they were like cheering against me, and then I kind of wanted to change that. I really want to change their cheerness to me, and that's why I kind of fought harder, I guess. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, that's awesome. And
I get
I knew I was like asking this question. I was like, I know he fought in Macau, and he fought someone that's from China. I was like, I know it was his second time. But when I had that question, I was like, oh, I forgot about that. So that's
that.
that's
Yeah.
that's awesome that he had that second chance to fight someone in their home country and have the experience of already doing that. So the nerves were not there at all, and it was more of a comfort zone fighting in that country.
Yeah. Is I can you ask him like, for example, I mean, everybody they always ask me, they're like, where's a place that you want to fight at? And I'm like, I think of course I always want to fight at home, in Colorado because that's where I'm from. But outside of Colorado, the place that I always wanted to fight at is Madison Square Garden. Uh, where's a place that he would like outside of Korea? Is there a place that he would like to fight, like a arena that he's always dreamed about fighting in?
형아, 너가 싸우고 싶은 곳이 있어. 뭐 당연히 그러니까 엘리자도 얘기했지만 뭐 홈타운에서 너희가 잘한 곳에서 싸우고 싶겠지만 한국 말고 다른 뭐 장소나 아니면 다른 뭐 경기장 같은데 네가 생각해 온 데가 있어? 싸우고 싶은 곳이?
그 메랍이랑 셔노말리 1차전 했었던 거기 어디죠?
Merab and Sean O'Malley가 uh, do you guys know where the Merab and Sean O'Malley for first time?
Oh, yeah,
Spear, right?
The sphere,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that's a good
that
one. Actually, I
that's
forgot
a
about that one.
uh,
Yeah.
거기랑 약간 티모바일 그쪽
Also T-Mobile Arena. He fought
Okay.
at the Apex at Vegas, but he wanted to fight at the, you know, T-Mobile.
Yeah. Well, tell him that I've only fought at the Apex, so I've never fought in front of a crowd before. So hopefully my next fight I do.
엘리자도 에이펙스만 싸웠고 아직 관중들 앞에서 안 싸웠다고 UFC에서는.
아,
그렇죠.
was
너무 멋졌습니다.
was that his first time, being in Vegas for that fight in the Apex?
Which one?
AJ
Actually,
Cunningham.
he was in the Apex 2 times.
Okay,
He was
two
there last year, Road to UFC. Second
yeah,
round
that's-
was held in
Hmm.
Vegas, and then last I think was like March. His second fight to UFC was on Apex. Yeah, 2 times.
Awesome.
Oh,
And
wow.
ask him how was, the experience transitioning from, being from Korea and going over to, Las Vegas, America to fight in, the UFC Performance Center in the Apex.
또 한국에서 이제 라스베가스까지 와서 이제 뭐 그 에이펙스를 싸우고 그다음에 PI 같은 데서 이렇게 훈련하고 그런 게 어떤 느낌인지.
와, 진짜 아직 한국에서는 그렇게 훈련을 하지 못하거든요. 근데 제가 느꼈을 때 가장 좋았던 거는 그 일단 그 케이지 있는 것도 되게 좋았고 운동을 하고 나서 바로 회복할 수 있게 사우나랑 그 냉탕, 온탕 그게 있는 게 너무 좋았습니다. 예, 그래서 그런 부분들이 너무 좋았고 음식도 너무 깔끔하게 잘 되어 있고 환경이 너무 좋으니까 뭔가 한국에서 시합의 준비를 다 하고 왔음에도 뭔가 실력도 올라가고 컨디션도 올라가는 그런 느낌을 받았었고 그다음에 에이펙스 시합장 같은 경우는 이게 너무 꿈에 그리던 그 무대였기 때문에 오히려 관중들이 많은 본 무대보다 에이펙스에서 무대 시합에 뛰는 게 더 긴장감이 많이 됐습니다.
So of course fighting like UFC and the fighting in Las Vegas like my dream and like when I came to Las Vegas first I kind of experienced the PI the facility and then like I was really stunned by the all those facility stuff they have over there and then they have an extra cage at the PI
Yep.
and also like there's the sauna there's like all those like like a recovery system in there, everything's down there, and so I was really shocked, and and it was really really cool things that I could experience. And then even though I had like all those camp in Korea, but last week at the using a PI actually I think that really got me better. It really improved my conditioning, everything I think. And also fighting on Apex, even though there is no audience there, since it's like UFC headquarters, UFC that's like UFC special place that really like kind of really meant a lot to me, even though there was no audience. Yeah. So,
Yeah. That's awesome. And, that's really cool that, he got the experience to, go out there and, use the PI. And even, I know they got that PI in, China as well. So I know some of those fighters use that too. And, I think it's really cool how they're expanding like that, going over. They opened one in Mexico last year. They got one in Vegas and now they have one in China. I think it's, awesome that
They got one in Brazil too.
Brazil now?
Yeah.
When was that? Like was that recent?
I don't know, but I know that they right, Stephen. They have one in Brazil,
I
correct?
think so too. They have like UFC like Brazil, something like that. And then I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
recently they have like that kind of a facility. Yeah, I haven't really heard it, but I think so too. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think that's really cool that they're giving you guys a chance to do that. And even I think it's spectacular that they have UFC gyms as well, for people who, want to get into that format. I think the UFC gyms are kind of like, the PI in a way, similar equipment, they have the cage. Some of them have the octagon. I train out of a UFC gym, so I think it's really cool to have that
Yeah.
smaller facility to have. And I've been to the PI before, so I think it's similar in some definite situations. So,
Yeah. Awesome.
but I do want to know. So since he fought in the Apex twice, and being in Las Vegas, I'm guessing that was one of his first times being in America. Ask him what was it like experiencing a different culture compared from being from Korea and going into the U.S.
그 에이펙스에서 두 번 싸우면서 이제 미국에 이렇게 왔을 텐데 아마 이번이 처음에 미국에 온 것 같은데 그때 싸울 때 그때 이런
네.
느낌 어땠는지 한국에서 싸우는 거랑 이제 미국에 왔을 때 이런 뭐 문화적인 거나 이런 환경이 어땠는지.
음, 크게 막 그렇게 그런 건 없었고, 근데 오히려 저는 미국이 좀 더 잘 맞는 것 같아요. 네, 그런 뭐 시차 같은 거 처음에 한 3, 4일 정도만 좀 힘들었는데, 뭐 음식이나 물이나 그다음에 미국은 진짜 좋았던 게 이 날씨가 너무 좋아가지고
음,
부정적인 생각을 할 수 없을 정도로 날씨가 너무 좋고 그다음에 한국이랑 다른 게 뭔가 일찍 시작해서 일찍 마무리가 되기 때문에 잠도 좀 일찍 잘 수 있는 것 같고
오케이.
네, 그런 점들이 오히려 그 퍼포먼스를 내는 데 있어서 제 컨디션 조절이 더 좋았던 것 같습니다.
Okay. So when you first came to America, I think was really different with Korea. But he says like I think really like Americans lifestyle is kind of more fits to me, because like when I first came to America, I was surprised that maybe because it's Vegas, like the weather was so nice. Every day there's sunshine out there, So in Korea, there's like four seasons. Like since it's a small country, we have like four seasons, rain, snow, like every like other days. But over
Yeah.
here, Vegas, it was like every day just sun shining, everything's like just bright. So that kind of makes me like mind really, like right. And then also I feel like people the lifestyle is like they wake up early and then I think like they sleep early. So I guess that's really good for the athletes to, training and do stuff. So I think I just really like that kind of a style they have over Vegas, I guess. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell them that yeah, where I'm from in Colorado. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
We get 4 seasons just like Korea, and tell him yeah, Vegas stay away from the gambling and the bad stuff. Stay
okay.
at the PI.
그러니까 그 베가스니까 날씨가 좋은 거고 저 이제 엘리제가 사는데도 콜로라도 했는데 거기도 이제 한국처럼 네 시즌 이렇게 뭐 사계절이 있는데 거기서 날씨가 이제 안 좋고 막 비도 많이 오고 눈도 많이 오거든. 근데 뭐 이제
예.
베가스가 자기는 좋은 거 같지 않다고 그러면서 거기 이제 노름이나 뭐 놀 게 많으니까 조심하라고
아,
너무 좋아하지
아,
말라고.
아,
Yeah, I was gonna complain about where I live, but I was like, oh, I remember Elijah's living in Colorado. That's worse than me. That's,
But
콜로라도는 많이 춥거든. 그래가지고
그래요.
I told him that Colorado is kind of cold and he doesn't know where that is. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Tell him it gets in the negative temperatures. It's not fun, and especially in Colorado, it could be like 60 degrees one day, and the next day it's snowy and 20. So that's just how it
어,
is.
gotta
막
love it.
온도가 어쨌든 다음날 막 엄청 영하로 내려간다고 너무
와,
춥다고 그러더라고.
Tell them
그러니까
high
와,
altitude too.
Yeah, high
High altitude.
altitude.
그리고 이게 높아 거기가 지대가 되게 고산지대거든. 콜로라도.
진짜요?
그래가지고 이제 아마
미국,
어, 미국이 라스베가스만 있는 게 아니야. 정말 많어.
저는 그럼 라스베가스만 가는 걸로 하겠습니다.
Yeah, I told him that like USA is really big. You know, it's not just Vegas. And he's saying like, oh, then I would just go to Vegas from now on. Then I don't. He doesn't want to go other places.
Yeah.
there's better places too. You know, there's Florida, there's California, there's some good places.
좋은 데 많다고. 캘리포니아도 있고 뭐 미국은 정말 크니까.
예. 농담이고 이렇게 미국 그런 곳들도 한번 꼭 가보고 싶다. 나 다음에 시합이 있거나
Okay.
아니면 전지 훈련하러 한번 꼭 가보고 싶다고 얘기해 주시면.
Yeah, he was joking, and then like, he definitely wants to try out other places for training, for fights. He really wanna go out of Vegas, like other states and cities.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sweet. Awesome. But shift change back to why we wanted you here was you had a phenomenal fight against what was his name?
Long Zhao.
Yeah,
Yep.
Long Zhao. When he got the name that he was gonna fight Long Zhao, what was his thinking process? What did he see in Long Zhao's film that he knew that he was gonna beat him?
롱자라는 이름을 들었을 때 시합을 한다고 했을 때 롱자의 너 시합 영상을 봤을 거 아니야. 어떤 그런 걔 시합 모습들이 네가 이길 수 있다는 확신을 가졌어?
사실 그때 당시에 이제 확신을 가졌던 건 아니었고, 왜냐면 제가 무릎 내측 인대를 다쳤었거든요.
오케이.
그래서 그걸 경기 오퍼를 받았을 때 그 한 달 정도 앞두고 오퍼를 받았었는데, 이거는 상대에 대한 그런 생각보다도 이 시합을 내가 이겨낼 수 있을까라는 생각이 먼저 들었습니다. 예, 그래서 한번 이겨내보자, 나와의 싸움이다, 이겨내보자 이런 생각이 먼저 들었던 것 같고, 그렇게 하고 나서 이제 상대를 좀 분석을 해봤는데, 제가 훈련하면서 느꼈던 게 이제 제가 조금 더 스피드적으로 빠를 것 같고, 제가 좀 더 주짓수 그래플링 기술적인 부분에서도 조금 더 앞서고 있는 것 같아서 몸을 섞었을 때 제가 충분히 이길 수 있겠다는 생각이 들었던 것 같습니다.
Okay, so when I actually got the offer from UFC, actually I was in an injury because I just kind of hurt the my knee. It wasn't the seriousness. Then when I got the offer, it was like 4 or 5 weeks left on the fight. So, but I could have couldn't decline the offer, but like I just wanted to like test myself. I just want to kind of overcome this injury that it wasn't serious. Since it was serious, so I kind of want to like overcome the injury, and then like I just want to show myself that like I could do this. And then after I kind of accept the fight, I kind of look at the film, and then I saw that I was a lot faster fighter, and also I have a better grappling jiu-jitsu skill. So if I could like scramble, I could be like nearby him. I think I would have a good chance on him.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and you know, for most fighters, especially being in the UFC, when you get like a minor injury or during a fight camp, like for example, I knew a fighter that Elijah, you're probably gonna pick up on this, but there's a fighter that opened his toe up before his during his fight camp, and he went out there with that broken toe or with those stitches,
Yeah.
and still went out and won that fight by a knockout. And it's extremely crazy to see you guys overcoming these injuries and be like, okay, I want to take this fight. I know I can beat this opponent. I know I can go in there and get the win no matter what. And he went through those odds, through that injury to get the win over that opponent.
Yeah.
But
And then my
go ahead.
my last one that I have for like my last question is like, what does he see? What's next in his future? Does he want to take a little bit of time off and then maybe hop back into competition next year, or maybe he's looking for one more to end the year off? end the year off with a bang.
다음 계획이 뭐야? 뭐 이렇게 올해 좀 쉬고 싶어? 아니면 바로 그냥 뭐 올해 연말에 한번 더 싸우고 싶어?
바로 연말에 한 번 더 싸우고 싶습니다. 이번에 경기를 하면서 스트라이킹을 많이 준비해서 또 스트라이킹을 많이 해봤는데 또 다음 시합 때는 그래플링적인 부분에서 좀 더 보여주고 싶어가지고 12월이나 내년 1월쯤에 바로 시합을 빨리빨리 뛰고 싶습니다.
Yeah. So I definitely want to fight like end of the year or like early next year. Because on this training camp, I kind of prepare a lot of striking, and then on the next fight, like I just want to show my more of a jiu-jitsu grappling. So I want to like showcase my skills more. So I want to be active. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I like that.
I like that. I love the nickname as well. Jiu-Jitsu. You gotta gotta show it. I love it. It's cool to have a nickname like that. And bringing up that nickname, what inspired him to have Jiu-Jitsu as his nickname?
So 그네 별명 유지스가 어떻게 이렇게 됐는지, 뭐가 어떤 영감을 받아서 그걸 했는지, 약간 유지스란 별명을.
이제 그러니까 제가 이제 한국에서는 그 최연소 블랙벨트라는 칭호가 있거든요.
그래.
그때 당시 제가 블랙벨트를 받았을 때는 제가
몇 살에
가장 어린
받았어?
나이에 한국에서 블랙벨트를 받았었어가지고
어.
그래서 좀 인스타그램 아이디를 만들려고 하는데 뭐가 좋을까 생각하다가 주짓수 하다가 제 이름 성을 따가지고 주짓수 이렇게 짓게 됐습니다.
Okay. So Soo Young Yu is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and actually at the time when he got the black belt, he was actually the youngest to get the black belt.
That's
You
awesome.
know, so since he had that kind of pride on it, and then when he was making Instagram ID, he was thinking about stuff, and he was like jiu-jitsu, and then that kind of went well, so he kind of got the name jiu-jitsu on the time. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love the nickname. That's a really good story to have, and I love that he went creative with it to make the IG instead of having like their full name and stuff. So
너무 멋있는 것 같다고.
Elijah, you're the same
Thank you.
way. You're the same way
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm trying to, cause I don't want to. To me, I just think it's boring when I put like my name, like Elijah Swift Smith, which is cool. So I'm like with an Instagram name like Shakur the Bag. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Hey, it's okay,
But
man.
I like.
This on me. That's all right. Hey, I
I
got no.
know Jordan Stanko. No, man, you
I
gotta put Stanky Leg Stanko.
no no
See,
no 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 no. I don't have a creative mind. Hey, the more the more I fight, the more my nickname will come. I don't know what it'll be.
Stanky Leg.
No. That will not come into play. But we'll see. I like leg kicks, so hey, maybe, maybe,
Really?
maybe. But
So
I do want to know. So going into South Korea as a whole, for you, what impact does Korean fighters in the UFC have had in the country itself?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I kind of lost it.
Yeah, no, you're good at all. So what I was saying, with South Korea as a whole, what impact do you think Korean UFC fighters has given into the country itself, South Korea?
So 내가 생각하기에 UFC 활동하는 선수들이 몇 명 있잖아. 근데 UFC 한국 선수들이 한국에 어떤 영향을 끼쳤는지 궁금하다고.
확실히 그 팬덤이 더 많아진 것 같고, UFC 팬덤이 좀 더 많아진 것 같고, 그 다음에 옛날에는 이제 그 MMA 훈련하는 사람들이 그렇게 많이 없었는데 요즘에는 TV 프로그램에도 많이 나오고 해서 그런가 일반 사람들도 주짓수나 MMA나 이런 것들을 훨씬 더 많이 접하면서 배우게 되는 것 같습니다. 그리고 한국 UFC 선수들이 조금 더 많아지면서 이제 한국 프로 선수들이 아, 나도 UFC에 갈 수 있겠다는 그런 꿈을 조금 더 갖고 열심히 훈련을 하고 있는 것 같습니다.
So I think that definitely, you know, Korean fighters in UFC kind of infect a lot of Korean like fans. You actually grow a lot of fan into the MMA, and then he kind of see that like you know, a lot of regular just people started training a lot of jiu-jitsu, just like kickboxing and MMA. There's more gyms actually open in Korea, and
That's
then
awesome.
you know just MMA is actually slowly actually you know getting into really popular sports now. It's even on like regular TVs, and there's like MMA related like shows and stuff. And also like recently, there's more of a Korean fighters on UFC, so a lot of MMA Korean fighters are actually streaming more to you know UFC other than just stay in Korea, you know. So
Yeah,
And
definitely.
how's his name being able to be built up? Like, you know, what? There's not a lot of Korean fighters in the UFC, so I can only imagine that like when you guys do make it to the UFC, like is he is he getting a little bit more fame uh back at home in Korea?
so UFC 선수가 많이 없잖아. 한국 UFC 선수가 많이 없잖아. 그렇게 비교해 보면 근데
네.
이제 네가 알고 싶은 거는 한국에서 네가 그 UFC 갔다 하는 거에 굉장히 네가 좀 이렇게 유명해진 것 같냐고 그런 걸 느끼냐고 UFC 파이터라는
훨씬 많이 느끼죠. 네.
아 진짜
훨씬 많이 느끼고 이제 그 뭐지? 어, 처음에 UFC 데뷔했을 때보다 이번에 롱샤오를 이기고 나서 사람들이 조금 더 많이 알아봐주고
오케이.
그다음에 뭐 연락도 되게 많이 오고 인스타그램 같은 걸로 연락도 되게 많이 오고 그다음에 이제 한국 UFC 선수들이 이제 점점 많아지니까 이제 한국에서도 UFC 챔피언이 나올 수 있지 않을까 이런 기대감들도 많이 하시는 것 같습니다 팬분들이.
Yeah, he definitely. I got more. He got more fame after he got into UFC. He got a lot of context from you know a lot of people. And actually, just after a win over Long Xiao, after the recent fight, actually, I think I got more fame. But I think it was a good fight. A lot of people actually saw that one. And also, there's actually nine Korean fighters in UFC. So they're slowly we getting more of a you know fighters in UFC, and then you know, and he believes that like in one day, you know, Korean fighter will be a champion, you know, UFC someday, you know. Yeah.
100%. It
Believe in
will
that.
happen. I know it will happen. And, you know, I know how much, you know, Koreans, you know, cherish their athletes. Like, like I said before when I asked you guys about him, Yoon Son, it's so many people love him, you know, even US, all around the world, they cherish that dude. So I know, you know, how much they cherish their athletes. And, you know, going off with that topic, I want to know for Soo Yeon Yu, who is one athlete that is Korean that inspires him as an athlete himself?
So 그 한국 운동 선수 중에 뭐 파이터 뭐 모든 선수 중에 너에게 굉장히 많은 영감을 준 선수가 있는지, 그냥 되게 너한테 꿈을 이렇게 준 선수가 있는지.
한국 선수들 중에요.
그러니까 뭐 모든 스포츠 통틀어서.
어,
Could be
한국 그러니까
any
모든 스포츠
athlete.
통틀어서요.
그러니까 뭐 아무 운동 선수 중에 뭐
음,
격투기 선수 되고 뭐 아무나 그냥
저는 일단 좀 많은데 괜찮나요?
딱 한 명이라고 하는데 뭐 마음대로 말해. 괜찮아. He
일단은
has a lot.
사커
Go ahead. Yeah.
일단은 MMA 쪽으로는 저희 그 스탄건 동현킴,
Okay.
네, 스탄건 동현킴 그 다음에 이제 지성팍, 지성팍 맨체스터 유나이티드 사커 플레이어 지성팍, 네, 그 다음에 그 손흥민 선수도 있고, 그다음 코리안 좀비
Yeah,
장성정,
I know that
이렇게
one.
있고, 예, 그 정도 한국에선 그렇게 있는 것 같습니다.
Okay, you say he has 4 athletes, two in MMA, two in soccer. So two of them, one of them was Korean Zombie, and also other one was Stun Gun Dong Hyun Kim. Actually, he was the first Korean fighter to be on UFC, and
Yep.
then other one like Kim Min Sung, and then Ji Sung Park. So Ji Sung Park was the first like Korean to play at the European soccer. Like it was EPL actually though, England. So
Yeah, in
those
England.
are the
Yep.
players.
I
Yeah,
know who that
yeah.
is. Yeah, that's awesome. And
Okay. Yeah.
man, I know I don't want to I know South Korea just beat US a little bit ago. So in soccer. So it is
작년에 한국 이겼잖아. 그래서
아, 네,
그제 이겼어. 한국이 2대0으로
네, 네,
이겼어.
봤습니다.
어,
네, 봤습니다.
yeah, he knows about it.
yeah, it's we're I don't know, I think it's especially as Korean, I think the athletes are gonna keep rising, for him himself, and for soccer as well. I think the team is, doing really good, and it's a lot of as team sports, you got to have the whole team there as commitment. The whole team's got to be there to get that win. And the toughest part about the U.S. is those guys don't want to show up to the games. They want to take a break. They don't want to be at the games, and it's
Oh, yeah.
it's really hurting our national team, and it's really tough right now. So our best player is not playing. I know he wasn't playing for a while because he wanted to take the summer off, stuff like that. And I
Okay.
was like, all right. So, but like I said, I hope I don't know if South Korea's because I know they're having a World Cup qualifiers right now. I don't know if he watches it, but I'm hoping that they qualify for the World Cup and get in there. I'm sure they will, but
한국 월드컵에 꼭 나갔으면 좋겠다고 그런 얘기했어. Anyway.
all right. But Elijah, you got something else too? You got anything?
Nah, I think I'm all. That was it for me. I think now is that it's time for that important question now.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit him with that. I do want to hit him with one. We were talking about it earlier before. So when he was visiting over to the U.S. and it's a different culture as in food. When he was over in Vegas, what was one food that he really liked and that stood out to him?
Okay.
That's good.
미국에 처음 왔을 때 그 먹었던 미국 음식 중에 어떤 게 제일 맛있었냐고, 뭐가 되게 생각나는 음식이 있냐고.
아, 저 그 PI 음식 다이어트 하고 있어서 PI 음식밖에 못 먹었는데. 아, 그리고 나서
어,
저 근데 대표님 거기가 제일 맛있었는데.
okay. So he said the PI food from UFC was really stand out. It was pretty good because when he alive in States, he was actually cutting weight. So only thing he could eat was the PI food.
Yeah.
And then and other food that he mentioned is like my restaurant food. He misses it now. So because I had a Korean Chinese cuisine restaurant, and then I took them like every day, and then he ate that one. So now like I closed it down. So
Yeah,
he said like he really misses that a lot now. So
that's awesome.
Damn. See, now he's making me like that. Hey,
Yeah.
now we gotta. You might
Nah.
have to reopen that up for when I come through now, because now I'm like,
yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it too because a lot of people send me a message because I had for 9 years. I have a lot of like memories and history there. So many MMA fighters were there too. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. I might reopen soon. that
Awesome.
location.
Yeah, you should. I had Korean food for the first time this past summer, and it was so good. I loved it.
Bro, you missing out. What are you doing?
I know that's all on me. But that was
Dude,
honestly my first time like seeing something like that. It was a restaurant that was brand new that just opened up near my house. I went to it and it was awesome. I thought the food was amazing. We got to cook it on the stove top and
Oh,
everything, and
okay.
it was so
Yeah.
good. I loved it, and I would 100% go again. And I know when I go to Vegas again, I'm having that for sure.
Okay. I'll take you. Yeah, I mean, there's so many good
Yeah.
Korean barbecue.
Oh
So
yeah, you gotta show me. That'd be
yeah,
awesome
but both of you, whenever you're in town, I take you guys.
for
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
gonna tell Jason like, hey yo, after my fight, you gotta you gotta help me. You gotta get me in contact with Steven. I need some.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll definitely hit you up for that though. I would love that. That's awesome. I've been told by many people that Korean food out there is awesome. I know a lot of people that live out there and they rave about it. So,
야, 뭐
but
한국
my
음식 맛있다는 얘기했어. 네.
But my last question, so I told Steven, I told you about it a little before. So with the Rise SG podcast and its meaning, you can definitely explain it to him just so he has an understanding. But I do want to know, what is his rise?
오케이. 너의 지금 이렇게 상승세가 어떤 뭔 거 같아? 지금 너의 상승, 너의 지금 이렇게 잘 나가는 뭐 그런 게 어떤 거 같아? 나 이게 별말 하는 건지 모르겠는데, 라이스. 예. 너의
뭐 때문에
성장세나 너가 잘 나가는 그런 게 뭐냐고 물어봤거든. 예.
뭐 때문에 제가 이렇게 성장하냐?
너 현재 이게 뭐 제일 뭐잘 나가고 이게 한국말로 설명하기가 라이즈라고 하고 영어는 라이즈가 올라가다 뭐 이렇게 떠오르다 그런 건데 너의 지금 떠오름이나 뭐 그런 게 뭔지 지금 물어봤거든. 그래서 정확하게
어,
이게 한국말로
어, 떠오르는 일단은 조금 이 선수들이 이제 저의 스타일을 좀 의식하는 것 같습니다. 저의 그 MMA 스타일을 좀 의식하는 것 같고, 그렇다는 거는 이제 저의 그래플링이나 타격이 조금씩 이제 위협적이다라고 생각을 하고 있다고 생각하거든요. 그래서 그런 부분들을 이제 감독님, 저희 팀 감독님이랑 계속해서 훈련하고 있고, 그런 부분들이 이제 저를 계속 성장시키지 않나. 그리고 이제 절대 이제 질 수 없는 저희 원동력이 이제 저희 가족, 와이프 또 이제 아들이 있기 때문에 계속 올라갈 수밖에 없지 않나 그런 생각을 하고 있습니다.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of translate it right, but like I did my best to translate them or the rise of them.
Yeah, no
So
worries.
but he just says like like family, because he just his wife just gave a birth, but he has like I think 5 6 month kids,
That's awesome.
and then also
Congrats.
yeah, and then his family, and then also his teams, his coaches that helps him to be rise. Like he has a coach that been doing it for a long time and helps him all the time. You know, because of that, I think his skills are improving every fight. So I think a lot of fighters actually kind of like you know look into his skills now. So I think so he's really proud that he's getting better every time because of his team and his family. Yeah,
It's awesome to hear.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's really good to hear, and congrats on being a father and having a kid. It's awesome. That's a really good thing to have on you as a rise. I know Elijah's got that for himself, and many
Yeah.
other fighters have having their kid, their family, their wife, with them to and especially their coaches and family and people surrounding them, um, and the love for the sport. And it's really cool to see that you carry that with you every single day to, you know, fight and, you know, get up every day. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. And you know, by the way, Steven, you got that perfectly down. That was a good translate for that. So don't worry.
Okay, all right.
But I appreciate, you know, the both of you guys for coming on and, you know, coming on this post show. It means a lot. Uh, I I really thank the both of you, and you know, Steven, you so much for, you know, translating this. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Anytime, yeah. Anytime,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know, this was episode 10 of On the Rise. I'm your host Jordan Stanko with my co-host Elijah Smith and Steven and also Soo Yun Yu. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Hey, all right, you guys have a
Thank
good
you.